often having the courage to talk about an ending with compassion and confidence coming from your highest and best self allows you to consider a new beginning. So sometimes you have to let go of everything to remember what you truly need. And when your path seems dark, keep walking. The light will shine again. And I'd like to offer you my hand and my heart and my information to help you on that path. And you can break the old patterns that you've been living with. However, I find that many times when I listen to a training online, I get inspired for a few moments and the next day nothing happens. I go back to old habits because information alone is not going to make the difference. And I know for me, coaching and support has always been helpful, and I want to offer you that same coaching and support. I'd like to give you the tools to break those old habits and begin to make positive changes for your future. Because in compassionate mediation, there is hope ahead. You go from heartache to hope. You're going to go from healing to happiness. And that's what I want to talk about for just a few moments, is the Compassionate Mediation Program. So no matter how old you are or what your issues are, if they're financial, sexual, being parents, your workload, your family, extended family, whatever you need to communicate about, the Compassionate Mediation Program will give you the tools to do so. And you'll ask yourself these questions. Are you being your best self? Do you know how to create a compassionate relationship? Have you explored all your options? Do you understand your rights and finances? And do you have all the support you need to create the relationship you desire and deserve? You can heal your relationship, no matter what form it takes. And healing your relationship heals your heart and heals your restructured family. The Compassionate Mediation Program covers all of these bases: the emotional, the spiritual, the physical, the legal, and financial. And what I've done is I've taken spirituality, psychology, legal, and financial information and provided it for you in the Compassionate Mediation Program. And we're going to go over the roadmap to let you know what's in it and let you know how this program can help you now move further into your future. It gives you the tools to be your best self, love all your parts, and understand how your family of origin has not only affected you, but understand how the family of origin of your partner has affected him or her. And sometimes just having that awareness helps you have more compassion for your partner, because you're going to realize where they came from, that they're doing the best they can. And the picture Aham Brahmasmi of the sun, I am the universe, is the reminder that you each are the sun. You each have this divine light inside of you, and learning how to communicate from that place within each of you is really going to make the difference in your future. And in Module 1, I help you create a genogram, which is a family portrait of how your family interacts. And the meditation to get to self, I'm giving you at the end of this training today, so you have the ability to listen to a 7-minute meditation and get a felt sense of what being in self really feels like. In Module 2, you learn how to communicate confidently. You learn how to reduce your stress and practice exquisite self-care as you create a vision for your future, a positive vision for your future based on those 5 steps where you remember what you want and need, know you deserve it, know how to ask, are willing to receive and stay grateful. And you learn how to practice the miracle of empathy in ways that allow you to create a better vision from your future than the one you've had in your past. And in Module 3, you explore all your options. So even if you're happy and hopeful, you can learn how discussing all the issues will lead to an even better relationship. You decide what you really want. You talk about everything. You understand your finances and can talk with each other as equal partner. And you explore all your options, alone and together. And creating a budget is often helpful because it puts you both on the same page. And again, the budget form that I put in my program is also a free gift for you to stay till the end, and I can offer that to you today. And in the Compassionate Mediation Program, you learn how to calmly discuss all of your issues to lead to a peaceful and respectful resolution, whatever that resolution is going to be. And if you're considering a divorce in the middle of one or even past one, you can understand your finances, but also take your time. Take your time if you need an attorney to find the right attorney. And then learn the laws regarding property division, maintenance, parenting, and child support in your area. And what this module does is give you the information that you would learn from talking to an attorney. Because I am an attorney, I give you all of the details so that you don't have to just go see an attorney and feel scared or anxious in their office to see what you're going to remember. You have all of this information on videos, on written handouts, and you can go back to it over and over again when and if you need it. I give you information on how to talk with your children who do know everything. No matter how old they are, they know everything. But I give you guidelines for how to share what you're learning and doing to help them feel more peaceful and safe. And then I offer you my settlement intention and prayer, which is what I gave my husband on the day we got divorced. It talks about coming from our highest self and not letting our parts that are fearful or retributive take over. And for the benefit of all that we once shared and all we can share together, to come to our resolution with the highest good of all concerned. And when I gave this settlement prayer intention in one of my trainings before, one of the participants downloaded it, showed it to her husband in the middle of a very litigious divorce they were having, and they sat at their kitchen table and together created their separation agreement and divorce. And you can do it too. And step 5 helps you plan for your future. If you're going to create a new relationship, you take all the tools you've learned in the first modules to be your best self, to speak with empathy and compassion, to come from an informed and empowered position of all your rights and finances, and begin anew and truly create new relationships. And people have done it in my office for over 30 years. And if what you decide is based on all the communication that you have, that the two of you are really ready to part ways, you can do it with what I call a self-led divorce, where you're coming from your highest and best self, where you're calm and clear and compassionate, you're connected to all parts of yourself and respectful of all the parts of your partner, and you can really make decisions that are in the highest good of all concerned. And I remind you throughout the program to feel your feelings, process them. So you offer compassion first of all to yourself and then to everyone else, because your children need compassion, and your parents and your friends and your extended family and the people that you'll meet afterwards. So fostering compassion for all is part of what we do too. So what's in the Compassionate Mediation program that's available to you now? And what you're going to get is over 6 hours of videos, but they're just a few minutes each, so you can listen as it's relevant to you. And with those videos, you're going to get 6 monthly question and answer calls with me live. So I'll get to know you personally and be able to help you with your situation wherever you are. I have inspiration guides that have all of the written materials that are in the videos, so you never have to feel that you don't have all of the questions and details at your fingertips. You're going to have access to a private Facebook group and get support from others who are also trying to make the relationship better. And I'll be in that Facebook group too, offering bonus recordings and live calls to support you and answer your questions. A few of the benefits of the program is that your children will thrive and they'll get back to living their lives instead of taking care of you. And they are. They're noticing what's happening. Even if you're not fighting, they notice the energy between the two of you. And as you become less reactive, it will allow your partner to move towards you again, to discuss the future direction of your relationship, whatever choice you finally make for yourself. And the financial decisions will be addressed because you won't be speaking from terror or anger or sadness, and you'll feel more confident, courageous, and safe to talk about everything that you want and everything that you're looking forward to in your future. And the Compassionate Mediation program, you can take it alone, you can take it with your partner, and it really does heal relationships. It allows you to reboot, renew, re-energize. It gives you the skills that you may not have or you may not know how to practice. And no matter how old you are or what relationship problems you have right now, those can be healed with compassionate mediation. And if you decide that with a compassionate relationship, it's still time to part ways, you restructure your family instead of break it, whatever form it takes. And there's a lot of people that I've worked with that stay separated for a long time, or should they choose to get divorced, they have a compassionate divorce. And in that compassionate divorce, they learn how to stay friends. They've entertained together. they've stayed partners in business together. I've had several couples that have been business partners, gotten divorced, and still had successful partnerships in business. They've traveled to their college-age students' weekends together. And some have even traveled together. So you can have a compassionate divorce. So let's take a moment and look inside the program. At any time, if you want to go to compassionatemediationprogram.com, you can sign up today. But I'll tell you a little more about what's inside. You'd go to Compassionate Communication Academy, and you'd log in, and you go to the Compassionate Mediation Program. And then you see the program modules here: how to be your best self, create a compassionate relationship, explore your options, understand your finances, and plan for your future. And each of the modules has the short videos from me that explain the different parts that we've been talking about today. As you do the things in each module, you check off the to-do list and it releases the next module for you. And each step has an inspiration guide. And you click there to download it. And what you would download is written material with everything that's in the video. So if you have journal questions, if you want to take notes of where you are, if you're trying to remember everything that's in the video, it's all written out for you. And you have all of that at your fingertips. What I've done as a therapist, mediator, attorney, and spiritual counselor is I've funneled all of this into my compassionate mediation program. And the amount of hours you're going to get to spend with me in the program, in the live Q&A calls, would cost you about $6,000 or more if you paid my hourly fees, but it's nowhere near that. And what I want to do is offer you this whole program for $297. With that, you get all the things we've talked about and a better than no risk guarantee. And that better than no risk guarantee to offer you peace of mind is because I'm so invested in you getting the support you need, that I'm offering a better than no risk money back guarantee. So what that means is, if after the orientation call and first module, you don't feel that this program is for you, you get your money back and you get to keep the bonus gift. And here's the bonus gift. I'm offering you the entire Love Summit, which I recorded a few years ago with 16 major love and relationship experts. And in this bonus are the audios, the transcripts, and the free gifts from each of the experts, which you can own forever. So you can expand your consciousness, have a better relationship, and enhance the relationships not just with your partner, but in all areas of your life. And you get to keep the bonus for registering. So what you're going to get again is over 6 hours of videos offering information, inspiration, and guidance. You're going to get the written inspiration guides to help you focus on your own needs and desires. You're going to get bonus recordings to continue the process between those monthly calls, access to the program's exclusive Facebook group to connect with others in the group for more sharing and support, and also to connect with me there, and 6 months of live question and answer calls to answer your questions and offer ongoing guidance and support. Be thinking, what if you're too busy? And if you're thinking that, I want to help you, because many times being too busy is just an excuse. And I know that you don't need any more to-dos in your life, and I don't want to give you any more to-dos, but this online program shouldn't feel like another pressing detail in your overcrowded life. However, I'd like you to consider that being busy is often one of the symptoms of avoidance, and it keeps you from taking action and moving forward. You're constantly running in the same circles. But by giving yourself the time to shift this energy and take this program, you'll begin to feel more calm and peaceful. You'll be learning everything you need to bring more balance and happiness to your life. And you can listen to the recordings whenever you want. So it's like having a mediator, therapist, attorney, counselor in your pocket whenever you want to listen. You can multitask and get coached along the way. So just consider, if you're, quote, too busy, it might be just an excuse, and you can go and sign up now. And what if you're thinking, what if I can't afford it? Well, I'm hoping that you recognize now that it might be more expensive in the long run not to take the program. But consider that if you keep doing what you're doing, how much it could cost you if you don't get the support you need. Because attorneys and retainers and legal fees for each of you can still leave you feeling unclear or overwhelmed. I've known clients who have each paid who have each paid $5,000 just for the retainers for the attorneys, and some have paid up to $250,000 when it's got litigious over parenting and child support and custody, and that doesn't have to happen. And court costs over months and years of that litigation often resolve nothing and just create more acrimony. If you don't get more support, you might need more therapy for yourself, your partner, or your children while you still stay stuck in indecision. And sometimes we lose wages due to stress. You lose sleep and the ability to focus, or you get sick and have medical bills related to illness from feeling alone, unsupported, and stressed. And you might be paying fees for financial planners, business evaluators, and other experts, and still continue to feel unclear about what to do. Because can you really afford not to take it? You can keep feeling walled, defensive, hurt, reactive. Your health might stay challenged due to the strain of the unhappy relationship or an emotional turmoil. Your work might suffer because you can't be fully present when your mind is constantly churning or your heart hurts. You're not bringing your best self to your relationship. So with this small investment in yourself, you will receive the support and guidance so that you can get clear on what your future will be. And then you can begin to take positive, inspired action in that direction. You can go to the link below and check it out, because remember, they've got the peace of mind guarantee and the free bonus. But you might be thinking, well, what if I just continue to do this on my own? And again, you can. You can keep on doing what you're doing. You can take what you've learned on this training and apply it. And I hope what I've offered is helpful. However, sometimes keeping on with what you've been doing isn't really working as well as it could be for you. You might be feeling sad or hurt or scared or staying very busy and not taking the time to process. You might be overeating, not sleeping, fighting, crying, depressed, or angry. You might be having an emotional or physical affair. Know that you deserve to explore your options and create a healthy and safe environment. You deserve to allow yourself to feel confident opening your heart again and not keeping the walls up. You deserve to understand your legal options, whatever you choose to do, whether you want to create a new relationship together or live separately. And you deserve to have a team of support around you so that you'll never feel all alone on an island of pain again. And as you become more clear and confident, you will feel more balanced and more peaceful. And you deserve that sense of inner balance and peace. The Compassionate Mediation Program is being offered for a limited time at this price. It will be going up. And it's got the better than no risk guarantee for your money back if it doesn't work for you. And you get to keep the bonus of the Love Summit. So I'd love to work with you to change not only the face of divorce, but the face of conflict, one heart at a time. And it starts with compassionate mediation. So please join me in the Compassionate Mediation Program. Go to compassionatemediationprogram.com, sign up. You have a money-back guarantee and a bonus. And you can get access to the program immediately, start listening to the videos, look over all the inspiration guides, and then begin to work with me, create the relationship that you truly desire and to share with you what some of my clients have said about working with me and learning compassionate mediation. Even though their family was unwilling to participate in the process, you can learn a new way to approach old patterns. You can reframe your story with compassion for yourself and for your significant relationships, even the most difficult and hurtful. So whether your partner decides to be part of this process or not, you can learn the skills that you need to create a new and better relationship. And you can build an entirely new marriage. One couple came to me, and as she said, they were fighting and she was afraid to leave because of her young children and limited finances. And the idea of leaving felt almost as bad as staying. And what she learned was how to be in self, and I'll use her words. Our self, she explained, is the essence or core of who each of us is without the hurts of our past, the defensive strategies we've developed to protect ourselves, our fears, worries, etc. All that stuff covers up our shining, beautiful, peaceful self. And after a few short months, not only were they no longer thinking of ending their marriage, but they had created a whole new beginning and a whole new relationship together. And you can separate respectfully. There can be a compassionate divorce. You can come from your highest self. And this client traveled with his former wife and his daughter with friendship and harmony. So learning how to be your best self is part of what this process is. And then you bring your best self to all your relationships. And you can divorce and work together. I told you about the couples that were in business together, and they did dissolve their marriage and to continue to work successfully for years. They still are. They discussed all their psychological, financial, and legal issues and crafted the divorce decree to suit their needs. And they focused on what was really important, their 3-year-old child. So you can divorce compassionately. And you can improve your communication no matter what your partner does. This was one of my clients who was happy and hopeful. She fought with her husband every time they talked about the computer, but once she realized that she was looking at him as if she was a little girl when her grandmother yelled at her, and that she didn't have to do that. She could speak for the parts of her that were hurt, sad, scared, and angry. And what she decided is that they both made changes in how they related to each other. She understood more what was happening to her in conflict, and she could use that understanding to create a happier relationship. And she told me afterwards, she was astonished by how much her husband had changed, but he hadn't taken the program at all. What changed was how she related to her husband and how she related to all parts of herself. And you can reinvent your story. You can work up the courage to ask for something to change, ask for what you want and need. And when you do that, your mind and world open up, and you realize that you can be the architect of your own life and not the victim in it. And it's a good starting point to get unstuck. You get momentum, hope, tools, and support. You get information and inspiration with very real, useful wisdom, as one of my clients says. And you can listen to the videos and read the guides over and over again. And you can see it in different ways when you're at different points. And this client is the one who I said was reading my settlement prayer to her husband. And what she did was say that the program single-handedly changed the course of her divorce. She was able to she says, I was able to show my husband that although our marriage was ending, we did not have to destroy everything. We would always be a family. We would just look different. And that they could show up as their best selves, not only for their children, but for each other. And they would always be a family, but we would now look and operate differently. And she was able to end her marriage with dignity and grace. So I'd love to work with you to change not only the face of divorce, but the face of conflict, one heart at a time. And it starts with compassionate mediation. So please join me in the Compassionate Mediation Program. Go to compassionatemediationprogram.com, sign up. You have a money-back guarantee and a bonus. And you can get access to the program immediately, start listening to the videos, look over all the inspiration guides, and then begin to work with me, create the relationship that you truly desire and deserve.